Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Lobo. This is ZooPF Visual Effects. It is a visual effects channel, of course. For those of you who are new, if you dig, like and sub. If you don't, totally cool. I know a lot of you are way better than me, but if you are, please showcase your talent with us so we can learn from you. That being said, we're going to create the ship that we saw in my previous video using Blender. Blender is an open source 3D modeling software that the public can use for free. Because it is free and is open source, those of you who are amazing coder, please add your skill to Blender so that we can have your talents with us using Blender. Is Blender industry standard? No, it's not, only because it's still open source. But is it powerful? Absolutely. What I've seen within the last 8 months using Blender is unbelievably amazing. Go out there and search for amazing videos or visual effects used with Blender, and you will see it for yourself. You won't even know that Blender was used because it looks that good. Okay, enough of that. Get to blender.org and then click on download Blender 2.82. Once you have that done, then it will look something like this. Double click on that and you should have exactly what I see is exactly what you should see. Okay, don't worry about this. This always tells you what version you are using, plus your project here and other things right here. Okay, and you should have a cube to start with. Totally cool. All right, no worries. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my project in, so don't touch any of yours and wait for me to bring mine in. And once I bring mine in, it looks just like this. Super easy, super simple. This is the ship that we're going to be creating. All right, it took me about I think 40 minutes to put it together, only because I was trying to figure things out and then I messed up a few times and I restarted the project. And that's pretty much how I was able to put it really quick after having made those mistakes. Trial and error. 3D modeling is all about trial and error, okay? Because we're not measuring things properly, we don't care about that. We're just creating as we go. But if you're doing buildings and stuff, yeah, you have to measure properly, and that takes a lot of time too. That's pretty much what we're going to be creating. The mouse, of course, middle of the mouse lets you do that 360 zoom, and the left mouse button lets you grab everything, and the right allows you to get quickly into a menu, and it will depend on if you are in different modes here. Each menu has a different thing. Okay, don't get overwhelmed right now, because this is not a Blender 101. This is just let's use Blender and get into it right away. Okay, over here you have a grid, so you can see through the spaceship here. That's what we're going to be doing all of our 3D modeling. Here is a rendered of the materials, and so you guys can see a little bit better what the ship looks like, but it doesn't have any global illumination or anything like that. We just want to see what the material looks like. And then if you click on this last icon here, then we go into Eevee, which is kind of like a live render of what you're seeing. Now, is it with real-time global illumination? No, it's not. It's just to see things, but you can see it totally changed from this one to that one. But if you go up here and you click cycle, you will see a huge difference. Now we have real-time global illumination, and it takes a little bit longer to render everything, but it makes everything look very, very sharp and amazing. And with this, guys, you guys can create some really cool cinematic scene, and that's pretty much why I love 3D modeling software so much, even way better than After Effects and Element 3D. But that being said, I'm using GPU compute because I have a powerful GPU. But if you guys don't, you guys can always do CPU too. But I like to keep it to Eevee. You only go to cycle if you're creating a scene. Other than that, you might not use cycle at all. Okay, once we're right here, let's go ahead and move right away. And you already know how to move the mouse around, so now go ahead and pause right now and just kind of look around at everything if you want. Again, this is not how to use a Blender. This is let's get to it right away, whether you know how to use it or not. Okay, assuming you've paused it and you've played around with it, let's go to add, let's go to mesh, let's go to cube. Once you are here, boom, we have our cube. All right, super cool, super easy. I'm going to go to scale because now I want to match the scale of the ship. That's pretty much all I want to do. Okay, So go ahead and do that as best as you can. Doesn't have to be perfect, because what we're gonna be creating probably will not look like this shit, and it's totally cool. Okay, once we have this, then I want you guys to go to edit mode, then go to the mesh, over the mesh, right click and click subdivide. Now go here, click 3 times, and that's about it. That's pretty good job. Now we need to take half of it out. And so what you can do is you can click the left mouse and just do this, okay? Or you can click C on your keyboard and go like this. And in order to move your mouse, you're gonna have to like undo C. So just use your right mouse and click away, and then it'll get out of the C mode. Okay, once you have that, very cool. Click delete on your keyboard and click faces. Very nice, very nice. Now let's go back to object mode, and I want you guys to go right here to this icon. Click on the icon, go to add modifier, and find mirror. It's right here. Click on mirror, and just like that, it added the other side. It's mirroring that one side that we still have. Why do we want to do this? Every time you're creating anything that is like a ship or a building or anything like that, mirror will allow you to save a whole bunch of time. Anything that you move or model on one side will automatically pop up on the other side. Okay, super helpful. Okay, now that we have this, click back on edit mode. Now let me show you exactly what I was talking about. Click aside and just move it. Once you have that, you know exactly what it does now. Pretty cool, right? Okay, undo that, or Control Z to undo, and that takes care of part 1 of this tutorial. All right, guys, this next part is so easy. It's going to be super quick. It's still a part 1, so it's like part 1/B. So we're going to create the front part right here, these 2 pieces that are moving up. So easy. It's going to be crazy how easy it is. So let's make sure that we are on our face right here. Once you click on the face, then make sure you click the first 4. And when you click the first 4, I want you guys to type E. So type E, and then it's going to extrude. We want to extrude forward. So that's what we're going to do. About right there is pretty good. And once you're right here, click on edge, and then we're going to click on all the edges. And from there, just make sure you are right on this icon now, and just move it inward like this. So that looks pretty good right there. Once we are right there, go back to face, and then click on the 2 in the middle here, and make sure you are on this icon here. And guys, again, we're about to be done. Just move this forward to about right there, and that looks pretty good. And that takes care of part 1/B. Good job. All right, guys. It wasn't so bad, wasn't it? Exactly. It was easier than you thought. I know. So from here on up, we're gonna break every parts piece by piece, so it's easier for you and it's easier for me. Now, one thing we have to do really quick is we have to name things. So for your ship right now, this is the only thing you're seeing. So just go ahead and double click on cube, because that's what Yos's party is saying. Cube. Double click on that and just type in trial ship 1. Okay. And I renamed everything from over there, so I know exactly what everything looks like. From here, one smart thing to do is to duplicate our ship right now. So just do Shift D, and it's going to duplicate it. Then right click, and then just move that to the side, so that if we make any mistake, instead of doing undo, we can just go back to this ship right here and just go from restart it properly. Okay. So once we have that, make sure you unclick it so it disappears, and we go back to this. Now go back to edit mode, and once we are here, we're going to be creating the 3 indents inwards here. All right, and then we'll do that. Well, that will be part 3 for that piece. Okay, so this is part 2 right here. So what I want you guys to do is either click this icon here, which is the loop cut, or you guys can do Control R. Once you do Control R, go to your 3D model and click once. Once you click once, you're going to see 2 arrows. Move that arrow over here like this and click away. That's perfect. All right, once we have that, that's wonderful. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing for here, here, and here. Control R, boom, then click again, click away. There you go, click once, click twice, click away. Control R, click once, click twice, click away. Once we're right here, make sure you stay on the edge and then click here and click shift on your keyboard and just grab the edges of what we created, except for that last piece. We don't want that, okay? There you go. You guys can use C too, but I found that with the edges, it's so much easier to just have your thumb on the control on the shift key and then just click away. Okay, once we're out here, we could either go to a bevel tool here, or we can just do Control B. And once you move your mouse around, you're gonna see this, and that looks about right. Once we're right here, that's fantastic. Click C, or actually go to face first, then click C. And now we just want to grab all of our front face and then all of our bottom face. And remember, to get away from the C, just click your right mouse button and then it allows you to move around again, okay? Once we're right here, either click on this icon or click E. And then just move your mouse without doing any clicking of any buttons. Just move it around so it tells Blender that we're about to extrude, and then click your right mouse and don't touch anything else. From here, make sure you go to your scale and zoom in really quick, and make sure you click on the edge of the scaling circle here, the inner circle, with your left mouse button, and then move inward. And we have that, which is about, I think that looks pretty good actually right there. Okay, once we have that looks pretty good. But as you guys can see, we have some indents that went a little too deep. I'll show you guys how to fix this right now. So click the left mouse button, click away. Now go to edge, click here, and be careful. Make sure you click on this as well, or else you're gonna have some weird edge that's gonna pop up. That's not gonna work. And don't click on these because we want to do one side first, okay? Then click on this icon here and just move it. There you go, just like that. And that's how you fix it. I'm also going to fix this really quick because I want it to be not so out. So about right there looks good. And now let's go and fix this one here. There you go. Let's grab these right here. Whoops. There you go. And just like that. I'm actually gonna leave this right here because that looks pretty cool. Okay, guys, that was pretty easy, wasn't it? I know, super easy. Once you're right here, that totally takes care of part 2, guys, and that's part 2 for you. So, not so bad, right? Easier than you thought, wasn't it? Well, how I'm sharing it with you guys is without all the mistakes that I made, straight to the point, the easiest way to learn. And now you probably feel more confident that you actually got this without learning this whole entire Blender thing. And that's the best way for me to learn, and hopefully it is the best way for you too. You stay on the channel because you like the style I tutorial with. So let's continue. But first, before we do that, make sure you guys name your ships, all right? I had to rename my ship over there so it was not confused. I called it Master, and this one here, I called it the Trial Ship, okay? Again, I think I already told you guys in the other part, but I'm gonna say it again. But if I didn't, then I'm saying it right now. What we need to do is duplicate it again. So let's go and do that. And so let's just do Shift D. And once it's duplicated, just go and move it out. Let's click on our other one so we know where we are. All right, and let's just move it out. And what we also want to do is we want to separate our duplication. So let's go and do that right now. Go to Object, Relations, Make Single User, and we want to separate the object and data and materials. So click on that and select all. Because we're not doing any animation, we don't need that too. And we're going to do the same thing with this one. We probably don't need to, but we're going to do the same thing. So Object, Relations, Make Single User, and boom. Now that they're separated, whatever we do to this will not affect these two, because if you don't separate them, then whatever you do here will reshape everything. Okay, boom. And let's go ahead and create the back piece right here. We're going to create these indents right here and on the bottom too. Okay, right there. All right, let's get to it. Click edit mode and go to your face. Click this here and click all three pieces down like that, just like this. Okay, and then yep, and it's not going too high up, so that's good. Okay, all right, now I want you guys to click Alt E, then click extrude individual faces. Now when you move up or you move down, that's what it's gonna do. Okay, but we just want to go up right now, and that's about good right there. Then click edge. We're gonna click on each of these edge here, and then we'll simply move them backwards, just like that. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Okay, all right, now maybe it's a little too much, so let's go ahead and click our faces again and just move it down. There you go. And this one, same thing. I love that mirror. Because of that mirror, we only have to work on one side. Okay, once we are here, let's go ahead and build that side one right here. So what we need to do now is we need to go to this icon here, the knife, and we're going to knife it from this corner here down to this one here, and then click on the mouse and then just click enter, and that's it. And then go back to this, but make sure you click this here. And then I want you guys to go and click, let's go and do these four here. And then I want you guys to click I for this icon here, oh, not this icon, but this one right here, inset faces. And then there it is, it's right here. That looks pretty good. What I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna make these two sides, I'm gonna bring them up a little bit, then go back to your face, and again click Alt. Well, we don't have to click Alt E, actually just click E, because the other side will extrude itself. And then click on that and just move it out. Pretty cool, right? And the other side has already moved itself because it's mirrored. And then go to your edge, and then click on your move icon and just move it back like that. And that's pretty much it, guys. That takes care of this part right here. And I believe that was, let me see, 1, 2, 3, that's part 3. All right, that's it. Nice and simple. I sense now you feel very comfortable with Blender and you actually feel like you can do this, and you should, because guys, what I'm sharing with you is the quickest way of modeling by creating something, and that's how I learned. And hopefully you guys will be able to do the same thing. So quickly before we go on here, I redid the texture on the ship. As you guys can see, it looked totally different from the other one. So what I did is I just combined all the textures together in under one texture, and it made the ship look like this, which make it look like it's been through hell, which is cool. I like that. All right, I totally dig. Okay, let's continue. So what we have to do now, because I encountered this problem, is we're gonna have to take the top part out, but we're gonna have to go inside of the ship and fix a few things too. And we're gonna have to do the same thing for this part right here, so that we can create this top part here. Okay, and then we'll move on to the engine. Okay, so let's get to it right now. Make sure you're in your face, and what we're gonna do right away is we're going to go inside of the ship. And you guys see these right here? We got to get rid of this. So sometimes during modeling this happens here, and it can cause some problems when it's time to unwrap, because these will show up and they'll show up as a green color, And when we unwrap, which you'll see later, you want everything to be blue and not green. So just click on these. There's 3 of them. And then just click delete, and we're gonna do that. And you might have to do it twice. There you go. Once it's gone, and that's fantastic. Now what we have to do is we have to do the same thing for the top part. Delete faces. Okay, once we are here, that's exactly what we want. And you're gonna click on the points here, and we're just going to click on these right here, the last 4. And now it's just trial and error. We just want to see what it's gonna do, and then click F to fill. Okay, and when you're filling, it just fills the whole entire open spot. There you go. And we're gonna do the same thing from the bottom part. And click F. Ta-da! Problem solved. Once you're right here, click this and click the bottom part. And then click I. And then move your cursor downwards like this. That looks about good. And then click Alt E and extrude individual face. And we want it to go outwards. Let's see. Yeah, it's about good. But what I'm also gonna do is I'm going to go inward a little bit more. And this one, I'm actually gonna leave it like that. Well, you know what? Let's go a little bit higher up. There you go. From there, click here. Well, first go here to your edge, and then click the top part and the bottom part, and then make sure you are on this right here, okay? And then just move it backwards. There you go. We got that created. Pretty easy, pretty simple, okay? Now, what we're gonna do now is, since we have 3 pieces right here, we kind of have to do the same thing. Okay, so this is how we're going to do this part here. We're going to use, well, you can connect these 2 pieces right here, but it's not going to look even. And so instead, we're still going to guesstimate, but you're going to come here to the knife, and you're just going to create your own cutout. Okay, so make sure it's as precise as you possibly can. For me, I'm just guessing, and I don't really care really. There you go. And then we're gonna do the same thing for the bottom part. Then go back to your face, choose those, and then click I twice. There you go. And then once you're here, that looks pretty cool. Click E to extrude, and then don't click any buttons yet. From there, just click your right mouse button, and then just extrude this way. Because the other one wanted us to extrude in an angle, but we want to extrude this way, okay? And that's how you do that. And I think there's also a back part here. Yep, and so we're gonna have to do the same thing. So same thing for the back, guys. We are just going to use our knife tool. Okay, same thing. So click back on this button here to make sure we're not cutting anything else. Go back to your face, click on each of these, and you're going to click I twice. And oh, there you go. And same concept as earlier, guys. Click E to extrude, and this time if you move your mouse, you can see that it's extruding how we want it to extrude, only because it's not at an angle. Anytime you try to extrude at an angle, this is exactly what you get. It's going to move into an angle, but if you're extruding on a 90-degree angle, it will always move on a 90-degree angle, okay? And so this looks pretty good to me right now, so I'm going to keep it like this. And let me see. Oh no, this doesn't have it. It just has, yep, that's it. Okay guys, and that takes care of this back side right here and the bottom side, and now the rest is just to do the outer sides, and I decided to just do it because the ship looks super empty right now. Okay, that takes care of this. Alright guys, again, super easy, right? Exactly, 3D modeling is not as hard as a lot of people think. Now, if you were like me and you just got started, yes, it could be difficult, and trust me, it took me 3 or 4 months to learn simple things, but again, I'm sharing with you what I've learned in the most of simplest of manners for you to understand by getting into something right away, okay? All right, let's work on this side, but before that, let's be smart. Let's duplicate this right now so that if we mess up, guess what? We already have a duplicate and we're fine. So Shift D, and then just move it out. Whoops. And once you're right here, again, go to Object, Relations, Make User Single, Object and Data and Materials, and All. There you go, so that whatever we do here will not affect this. Okay, once we are here, let's just go and shut them all off because we don't need them anymore. Click on your modeling ship, go back to edit mode, and let's get focus. Make sure you're on your face. Click C to be able to grab everything quicker. From there, click E to extrude. And that looks about right because we want to make sure we're kind of matching this as best as possible. You guys can go more inward or more outwards, or you guys can fix this to go more outwards. Totally up to you, okay? Once you are here, click on your edge, pick the top parts, and then move it downwards, and then click your bottom part, move it upward, and from here, go back to your face, click each side, front, back, front, back. Click I twice. So if you click I twice, then you know it allows you to do this, but if you click it again, then it allows you to do this, okay? And if I didn't make myself clear earlier, I do apologize, but now you know. So once we're here, that looks pretty good. Then I want you guys to do Control E, extrude individual faces, and there it is. So that looks about right, and I like that. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make that go a bit further back, about right there. And then I'm going to make this one go a bit forward, about right there. And I'm actually going to make this one move back a tiny bit. There you go. And that's how you do this. Now click on your edge, and we're going to click here. Whoops. So if you accidentally click on one, the way to unclick on it is just to click on it again. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. And then we're going to move this forward. There it is. And we're gonna do, you know, the back. Let me see. Nope, I had the back the same, but this right here was moved forward. Like this, which now makes me want to move this back a tiny bit. There you go. That's much better. And I'm gonna go back to my edge and whoops, and click a little bit more forward. There you go. And let's see if it resembles that side here. I had that side going down, but you know what? I actually like it like this, so I'm gonna keep it like this. Okay guys, that totally takes care of the sides here. Super easy, right? I know. Okay, that's part 5 right there. Guys, I gotta keep telling you this so you feel really good about yourself. It was that easy, wasn't it? Boom. Just like that, within 25 or 30 minutes, you've learned what I've learned in 3 or 4 months. It's insane. But that's the whole point of what I'm doing here, because I want to show you guys how easy 3D modeling is, because what you've been doing is pretty much the normal steps of 3D modeling. This is pretty much the same thing that you'll do over and over again to create your visions. That's insane, right? Be proud of yourselves. I am proud of you that you got this far. So nice work. But I'm gonna shut up now because we gotta keep going. All right, so far this is what we created. It is really cool, but we gotta work on the engine. But guys, again, let's be smart and let's duplicate this and put it over here. All right, and remember the same process that we did earlier. Go down to, make sure that you go down to object, relations, make single users, click this, and then click all afterwards. Okay. All right, I'm going to quickly take these out. There you go. Oh, I'm gonna move this. Oh, actually, I'm going to switch this to ship 1 again. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and then let's go ahead and start working on the back ship. So I'm gonna go back to my edit mode, and our engine is gonna look different from my other one because this ship is much thicker in size. It to me means this is like the battleship, and this is just, it's still battleship, but it's not as great as this one here. So we're gonna need some bulk engine. So let's go ahead and click C, and we're just going to be grabbing this middle piece like this, and then click your right mouse button to exit out, and then make sure you are at this icon here and just whoop. All right, make sure you are at this icon and then just move everything back just like that. That looks pretty cool. And from here, click E to extrude, and we're gonna extrude outwards, and that's about right. And from there, I want to make sure that you guys click I to inset, and there it is. And again, guys, if you're like, hey, wait, it's not doing the same thing, then just click I again. Okay, there you go. And once we're here, this is great. And then let's click E again to extrude inward. We're gonna go inward, and guys, that's how easy this was. Boom, in like 3 minutes you just made some engine. All right, I mean, are these like top-notch engine? No, they're not. This is just the beginning stage of your amazing skills in 3D modeling. Okay, it does the job. Okay, all right, so this is it right here, and you're pretty awesome. Okay, that takes care of part 6. Guys, I don't know about you, but you should be proud of yourselves. You went from a cube to this, to this, to this, to this, to this, and to this within 30 minutes. What I've shared with you took me, I don't know, like what, 3 months at least to learn, to do it properly and have it memorized in my head. And I've shared with you how to do like the simple 3D modeling actions in 30 minutes, and now you've got it. That's insane. Now, even you can start creating these cool things by yourself now. You don't even need me anymore. But hopefully you'll be ready for the other tutorial coming up. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna bevel the harsh edges so it looks more like this ship right here where the edges are beveled, and you know, it makes the ship look better, which is totally cool. And then we're also going to put some windows in places we feel like should have windows, and so we might even restructure some of these hard edges to be more on an angle as necessary. It'll be totally up to you guys where you want to put the windows, and I'm going to show you how to do it the simplest of manner. Now for my windows, I actually have an add-on that put all of my windows for me in a very specific manner, which is in all disorders. Okay, but what I have figured out is that when it comes to unwrapping, the more windows you have, the more disgusting the unwrapping look. So I'm going to show you guys an easy way to just add windows that is super easy without making your unwrapping horrible. And after that, we will be working on that tower, and after that we'll move on to tutorial number 3. But guys, this is it. I don't know what else to say. You've done this. You did it on your own. Okay, you should be proud of yourself. And from here, if you don't want to watch tutorial 2 and 3 or 4 and 5, who cares? Just go and go do your own thing with the ship that you created on your own. Now imagine the possibilities of you creating other things, right? And that was this whole point of this tutorial. I want to liberate you guys from having to wait for people and for you to be able to create your own thing. Now here's the thing. A lot of you might say, yeah, but you know, we will always need other 3D modeling artists, and you are 100% correct. There will always be somebody better than you, and you will always be purchasing other people's 3D models. But then while you're building yours, people will be purchasing yours too if they really like it and if it's cheap. So this is why 3D modeling artists, you know, you can make money off of it. I mean, if you really wanted to and you went full throttle with a marketing team on what you're doing. But for your own visual effects, ta-da! Be proud of yourself, because I'm proud of you. All right, guys, this was how to model a cool ship in Blender. And my name is Lobo. The channel is called ZooPF Visual Effects. If you guys dig, put a like, sub to the channel, pass my videos to your friends. Let's build this community together, and let's create some cool stuff that people can go, whoa, you did this by yourself? Yes, and I did this with a $5 budget. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you guys next time for tutorial number 2 on this. All right, see you guys later.